Hi guys, welcome back to the Belle. This is a podcast that celebrates women in sports, entertainment and the creative industry. Today we're going to talk about all things marketing, all things communication. We have Lebogang Kgothadi. Yeah! Sorry, I don't have the Thank you for taking the time.
Thank you for inviting me. Appreciate it.
We're going to talk about what you do, obviously.
Yes.
A marketer. Okay, wait. Please introduce yourself.
Okay.
Before anything, yeah.
Lebogang Kgothadi. A lot of people know me as Lebogang Kgothadi. A lot of people call me just Kgothadi, which is my surname.
Yeah.
I do brand partnerships in the industry. I was previously at a record label for a while, and now I'm at an awesome agency, creative agency, where I'm still doing brand partnerships.
Okay.
So that's really how my role that I play in the entertainment and creative industry.
Your journey is so interesting because you've always knew that you want to be in this industry.
Yes.
And you know, from like the past interviews that I've done, most people just find themselves in and like, oh shit. But like you always knew.
Yeah.
What about the industry attracted you?
Do you know what? Since I was a kid, and I couldn't articulate particularly what it is about the industry, right? So I didn't have the right terms or words, but I could see it and I could feel it, to be very honest. Like many other kids, I'm sure I wanted to be a TV presenter. My parents were like, girl, you gotta go to school, okay?
Yeah.
And then I had an aspiration to be on top billing, don't ask me why.
On camera, as a talent?
On camera,
okay.
Right? But then as I grew up into my late teenage stages, something in me was just like, not the front-facing stuff, you're more on the back-facing, right? And obviously we have career days where at my school they guide you into what you would potentially like according to the subjects that you're taking, your interests as well. So even in just take a step back, the activities that I did, extracurricular activities that I did at school, very cultural.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I did drama. I was in a choir.
Yeah.
I did a bit of cross country, but a clash of choir. And obviously,
so
I chose.
like
I was
choir.
like, I gotta go sing. So that also informed a lot of my decisions as to where I want to go. Did that really was that the core of why I'm doing?
Yeah.
Not necessarily, but I think it was a solid building block to where I am now. Then obviously I heard about marketing and communication. And
Did you understand what that meant?
No,
right?
I was just like, it's so cool. Like the people in marketing are so
Right, me too. I'm like, for me it was like how they dress. I'm like, oh, you go to work like that? Like,
I'm like,
yeah.
this space is grand. You
Yeah.
know? And also the people that I interacted with, or the people that I met since being a kid were just aligning to what I want to do, right? So then I was like, okay, I want to do marketing. And I heard, no, it's saturated, whatever, everyone's doing marketing. And I'm like, okay, I don't want to be like everyone. But at the same time, in my heart, I'm like, damn, I really want to do this thing. Then I heard about communications, all right? But I knew I didn't want to do PR. I knew I didn't want to be like in a corporate communication.
How did you know that? Like, how did you...
Do you know what?
Is it your personality? Like,
yeah. So I love people. I love engaging with people. And when I did an aptitude test, right, where they tell you, okay, cool, you good with this, you good with that. Numbers, well, I'm alright. At some point I wanted to do accounting, and I'm like, nah. So they told me I'm really about like the people. My skills are very people based, right?
Yeah.
I was like, okay, cool. I considered psychology.
Oh shit.
Right.
Okay.
I considered psychology because that's also just another, I guess, innate thing, where people just come and can find me. I was like, I can make money off this, But my mom is in that field, and she was like, it's cool and all, but it requires a lot, not just emotionally, but to like really get the proper co-op, you have to go doctorate. So
yeah, that's
like, no. Then I heard about communication. And to my point earlier, saying that I don't want to go into corporate communication. So I don't want to be a spokesperson for something, a department or what. but I went into it anyway. I did e-com communication management. As I'm studying, obviously throughout my varsity years, I still meet people who kind of align to what I want to do in one way or another. It's not spoken. It's just the actions and the spaces that I find myself.
So you were more interested in the lifestyle of your field, and you're like, actually, I want to live this life.
And you know what? I was living it already. In one way or another. Right? That's what I'm saying. Everything was so intentional, whether I knew it or not. Everything that I've done, that I went through, I know why it happened today in retrospect, right? When it's happening, sometimes when things are happening, you're just like, okay, cool. And now that I look back, I'm like, this happened like this. I mean, in high school, right? I was head of student intercultural club.
That's great.
There was so many other people who, Tuli and I went to the same high school.
Me,
right?
Yes.
So she was a year younger than me. I remember she used to dance, and then I got picked to be like head of this culture. I'm like, there's so many other people capable of doing this. Like, no, in your year,
it's you.
It's you.
Yeah.
So I rate also it's more of a calling and a purpose that I have to fulfill than something that I chose. I think it chose me. I don't think I'll ever run away from it. Even if I tried to, it was fun. So did e-com communication management, but in between were part of like clubs and varsity again that aligned to what I'm doing. Then in my final year, there's a lady, I'll never forget her, bless her, Brittany Priest. She was doing her honors in comms. She came to give a talk, because in my head I'm like, I know I'm going to finish this year. I'm going to finish record time. What I know is I don't want to go into some office space that's like ain't tied down, and I want to be out here, and she came to give a talk. She was at an agency called Fleischman Hillard, and she was in the brand marketing division as an intern. I don't know why, that just like light bulb. I think that's what I want to do. They're working on some really cool stuff, including the Nike Run Josie initiative of property. So that sounded cool. It just aligned to what I want to do. She left her numbers, hit her up, emailed, hey, can I please shadow you for a couple of days, Remember June holidays are so long.
So like a month.
So I'm like, what am I going to do? So she took time to reply, obviously, but by the time she replied, she's like, okay, cool, I'm going to ask my boss, and then, okay, cool, you can pull up, right? So it was just supposed to be, I think, a 2-day shadow, turned into a week. They're like, actually, just stay 4.
That's so cool.
Yeah. Like, okay.
And you enjoyed yourself?
100%.
Okay.
So then I could start articulating what this thing is. Then obviously I was in my 3rd year, so after the holidays, they're like, okay, can we call you? Because also I didn't have a lot of subjects to do, right?
Okay.
It's my final year, it's really more assignment based, whatever. So I had some gaps. So like, can we call you when we need you to be a runner or like do media lists and whatever? Do I even know how to do a media list? I'm just like,
don't worry, I got
you. They called me. And they pay, so that was also I finished my degree, and then I interned there for a year. And then the internship was over. Okay, we didn't renew because of other things. Also, they wanted to move me to another division. I really wanted to stay in this one. Anyway, I was like, okay, let me go do my postgrad in the wildest program. I did a post-diploma in property development and management. Okay? I was interested in property. And then I got a call from Universal mid-postgrad.
Oh, okay. Was it part-time?
Yes.
So you could also...
Yes, I could dabble.
Okay.
Hey, we're looking for a project manager for 6 months for this new deal that we did. Got a new division called New Business. Or brand partnerships. We need someone to manage this gig. And another mate of mine, and really like we brainstorm a lot. He's such a great creative Tsepang Flays. He was like, yo, when they would having this deal, or if he's in the process of competing, he'd tell me about it, we'd brainstorm, blah, blah, blah. And he's like, actually, you understand what we're trying to do, so submit your CV. Blah, blah. Anyway, got an interview. The director was like, okay, what time on Monday can you come? I'm like,
wait, mid-interview? Mid-interview?
Mid-interview. I'm like,
wait, were you the only one they interviewed?
I don't know.
That's crazy.
I actually don't know.
Okay.
Cool guy, you know.
Yeah.
Then I'm like, sure, I can definitely come. So I thought it was 6 months. 7 years later.
Still there. But wait, no, but the position that you got hired for, that was for 6 months. And obviously then there's negotiations like, hey.
Yeah, so like, okay, cool. I think you can do this, and then this, and then this. And yeah, that's how I really got into.
That is crazy. You were very intentional about, like, you knew from the beginning, like, my personality fits this space. I think most people should do that. Like, I thought I wanted to be a lawyer.
Oh.
But with my personality, I was like, nah. I went to the first VAC work and I was just like, no. This is I was like, this is not me. So
and
I like
feed it.
Yeah, you just like, and you don't know, and like you really don't know where you know really want to be, but you like, I know this one is definitely not for me.
Yes.
So in high school, right? Like, what subjects were you into?
So let me see.
When you had
what
to
happens
choose
in
subjects,
grade 10?
Yeah.
We all got so many years ago. So to be fair, the subjects that I chose were also very guided by what my brothers did, right?
Okay.
So I've got all the twin brothers who took similar subjects.
Are they also in this space? Like,
no, one actuary, one attorney. So we really like. I'm the JVs.
Are you the last born?
Yes.
Okay, yeah.
I was born an only girl. So and we're not too. They're 3 years older than me. So I could still like relate, you know, to what they're doing. So when I chose my subjects, what did I choose? I chose accounting. I chose CAT. Yeah, it wasn't computer science. It was CAT.
Yeah.
And science.
Which science? Physical, life science?
Physical, like that.
Did they guide you to like, no, physical science actually opens up doors?
Yes, because that was the time when they were like, innovation, technology, scientific. I was like, okay, cool. You know what? I don't want to box myself.
Let me just open it.
It rocked me. I don't want to.
But that's the thing. So, because I also went to girls' side, right?
Yeah.
My problem with, and I don't just blame it on girls' side, I blame it to like most of the schools that we have. They don't really guide people in like the creative and cultural careers. Like even career day. People from like EY come, you know, corporates, but like entertainment, sports, nothing.
That's actually a very good point.
Yeah, and that's the only problem. Because I was like, when I was in varsity, I was like, I didn't know all of this. Right. Had I knew in high school, I was gonna enter varsity with.
And the only so when we had those career days, like you're saying, to your point, they'd bring in corporate companies. Will come, your PwCs, your EYs, KPMGs, all these really like blue chip, you know. So the only touch point of marketing and comms is within
the corporate, exactly, and you're like.
And
you're looking at them wearing ties. And
and I knew, I was like, I don't come I don't want to be in a pencil skirt, you know?
Exactly.
But also, we weren't told that there's a business in entertainment,
100%.
which plays a critical role in society, in the whole ecosystem of life.
100%.
So I would really, really wish, like you say, that we, you know, and I feel like more entertainment companies or creative agencies and stuff actually need to start going to if they not now, because I'm speaking from my years.
No, me too. Know. Like we don't have that.
Yeah.
And it's a whole. It's a huge space.
It is.
And there's potential for growth.
It is, and the pie is big enough for everyone.
Exactly.
Yes, there's the whole saturated chat, but.
So, who were the people like coming up? Who were the people you looked up to in this space?
Wow. Jeez. geez, why am I going blank in this? But I remember an aunt of mine did comms. She actually told me she did communication, and she was at the ACBC.
Oh, okay.
And she wasn't necessarily a newsreader, but she used to head up. I think she was editor or something.
Okay.
And I'm like, okay, they like ways in going into this with that. And like I said, I wanted to be front facing.
Yeah.
Then I realized there's the back end of it, right? Where you're the operator and you make what people see happen. I don't know why Oprah used to just like also, and not used it. I was like,
that's my aunt.
Be like,
I
want to be like that Rakhadi Oprah, you know. So you know, with my mind going blank, but there were people who I used to really follow, and you know, I again couldn't understand what they were doing, but I liked what they were doing. You know, I liked what they were doing until you start growing up and you start seeing the likes of your Malachis doing fantastic stuff with Homecoming, with Teresho. I mean, these are people in the space, and good thing is we also kind of work together somehow, and she's trying to encourage each other. So they're my peers that I also look up to. Then there are obviously older people who've been in the game for a while that I would look up to.
So if you were to go back to Girls High, right, and give a talk on what you do, how would you describe it to high school students?
Wow. I'm the middleman between culture and commerce, right? Or culture and
what do you mean by culture?
So culture really now culminating to music, whatever, entertainment.
Oh, okay.
And music is not only like, I'm not talking just artists, right? There's also the power of audio, just like via sync deals.
Oh, okay.
There's actors now that I'm like trying to get into that space of seeing how they can improve themselves and stuff. So yeah, I'd really, brand partnerships was really not a big thing back then, or at least for our market, or what wasn't really defined, right? Until not too long ago. You know, if you see our quite artists, they didn't have a lot of brand partnerships. Which is very disappointing because let's say like they were wearing Dickies and Converse and whatever. That could have been a deal. Like
what Amapiano is doing right now.
Yes, you know, they could have been official ambassadors, right? They informed how we dress, 100%. How we behave, you know. And I don't think brands leveraged enough of that, you know, at least again in our market. The US and stuff, they got it like that, you know. So yeah, it's brand partnerships. I'd really have to like break it down, but I'm the connector to be
brands and
brands and talent, right? Or rather, brands as in human brands, and then obviously your corporate brands.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
All right.
Yeah.
And what am I question? What's this question? Oh yes, Universal. What made you leave Universal after so many years?
I left not because I didn't like the space or the place, or I knew it was time. I went full circle. It was 7 years. Like Trevor Noah, it's been 7 years stage. It's okay.
It's the same girl.
Me and him. So after I was like, you know what? It's time. And more opportunities were opening up, right? And I really wanted to explore those because of where I want to go.
Okay.
So I don't want to box myself to just knowing this, you know. So I really wanted to give myself a chance to explore.
Okay.
I still love them to bits. I mean, my new office, literally a floor down to where Universal is.
So it's same building.
Yes. Still park.
You're like, hey guys.
If I really want to be spontaneous, I park the level above. But it's really still same building. We still chat. The thing is, there'll always be synergies.
Yeah.
You know, so it's not a It wasn't a
growth,
goodbye.
yeah.
It was a, okay, cool. Let me come compliment what you guys do, compliment what I do, and you know. So for me, it was a growth thing, and I needed to spread my wings more, to learn myself more, to push myself more, and that also takes a lot of introspection, because making a decision like that, and I mean, it wasn't like a wild, huge decision. But you also need to know, why am I going to the next place? What am I trying? What are the takeaways that I'm trying to, you know, take from there? I mean, Universal taught me a lot. You know, there's a lot of relationships that I had there, from artists to the managers to brands to obviously my colleagues. The traveling that happened was great. That just the knowledge that came with it.
What knowledge? Like, what did you learn actually from that experience?
Jeez, dude, like, just one, artists are very interesting people. I love them too.
Yeah, but hey, you
you gotta have the time to maneuver certain people, you know. And I mean, they're all great and all, but everyone comes with their own personality.
Yeah.
Everyone comes with their own brand identity. So you need to know, okay, cool, I treat Koketso like this.
Yeah.
I treat Lebo like that. You can't blanket approach it, you know, because they are
people.
brands.
That's
You know, like
people,
any. So, so learned that them being their brands themselves, you have to treat them according to, you know, that.
Yeah.
Also, that some brands, we had to teach them, you know, how to connect with their consumers through the power of music.
How do you convince brands? Because they can be very rigid.
I mean, it's like sales, right? You have to sell it to them. But however, it needs to make sense. So brands also have their business objectives.
100%.
Right? So we can't fault them sometimes when they say this doesn't align, you know, and then you go see them doing something else, but you're like, this doesn't align, you know. But I mean, they've got their own boxes to tick, so you can't fault that. So having to convince them, you really have to come with a value proposition that makes sense to both the brand and the talent that you're representing. Okay. So yeah, it's really a negotiating game. It's a teaching, learning game. I don't know everything. So I also get to learn in my negotiating. I also get to teach, you know. So yes, brands, but now I mean, I think they've got the gist of it. Most brands,
they're opening up now.
But it's still a lot of trying to convince.
What did you learn about yourself in that at UMG? 7 years.
I'm actually quite patient.
Oh, okay.
I'm very good with people. I put my mind to something, and I'm intentional in what, you know, it may not make sense at that time, but for me, I know why it's happening.
Oh, okay.
You know, in most cases. And that this is really just the beginning. I'm telling you now that you're going to be interviewing me in 5 years' time, and I'll be...
story's different.
With Trevor Noah. We were Drake. Yeah. So I know I'm going.
Okay, I like that. So, what would you change about this industry?
There's so many things, but
where would you
so
start?
many, but so little.
Okay.
You know, we need to respect each other's crafts. Right, as a brand representative, talent needs to respect what I do, much like I need to respect what they do. We need to stop being so competitive. You know, there's being competitive by the nature of what we do. Healthy competition. We need to rather complement each other in what we do. What do you beef? Yeah, I see that, but come on.
But wait, like in the corporate space, like in
yes, even the
okay.
And you know that we need to really support our own.
Yeah.
So brands really need to support our talent. You know, we're doing so great, dude. We're literally taking Africa to the world. I know we've heard that so many times, but that's what we're doing. Yeah. So where's the support? You know, even in government, our arts and culture, where's the support?
Yeah. You saw that during COVID as well.
Where is it?
Yeah.
But when people are winning or thriving,
They.
it's congratulations, you know. So walk the journey with the people, you know. Don't just be a spectator and then at the finish line you're clapping and want all the glory, you know. Train with them, you know, support them. So we need to really support each other more. We need to believe in each other more. We need to guide each other more, and just like want to make it.
Okay.
You know,
Together.
and to sustain what we're doing for a very long time.
I like that. Just to wrap up, the last two questions,
Yes.
right? What would you like to be remembered as? First of all, let's start as Lebogang Kgothadi, the person,
Yes.
and then you in the industry.
Lebogang Kgothadi
Or is it the same person?
You know what it is?
Okay.
It's so it's not like, yo, Lebo, she's on her whatever mode. She's like, yes, I mean we all have that, but I think I bring me in a lot, and it's sometimes to my detriment, sometimes to my advantage, right? And being always wanting to shine the light on people, making sure they know that they're so valuable and worthy, and you know, they can do this and they deserve to be where they are.
I guess that has to do with your interest in psychology
I
as
guess
well.
so, you know, so and just to bring warmth, man. I think we need to be more compassionate.
Okay.
You know, yes, business is cutthroat and you have to be all, but there's a certain empathy and compassion we need to bring into it, you know, to really sum it up. So a lot. Like I say, sometimes it can be like, yo, there's no time for Butu here, we're moving, you know. And sometimes people need that, and they'll call you on the side and be like, you know, I thank you so much for doing this, you know. And not a lot of people are vulnerable, but I get a lot of people just coming to me like, I struggle to be vulnerable with people, but then thank you so much for giving me that safe space. So I want to be remembered as a safe space, you know. A safe space, a warmth in people's lives. Want to let people know that you're worth it. You know, you are the prize. Man or woman, you're the prize.
You're the prize.
So, like I said, I guess that goes for both who I label personally and then label business as well. I'll forever move ka botubo.
I like your passion for people.
Yeah, yo. Sometimes batu
Whatever.
But I guess it's innate.
Okay. And then lastly, which woman would you like to see on this podcast?
I would like to see Tuli.
Yes. Everyone has been saying Tutu.
I would like to see Tutu.
Yeah. Who's Tutu? I don't know Tutu.
Tutu. Oh, Tutu, my bad. Tutu. She used to be a solistic.
Okay.
You know, the label Yeah Black Coffee. But she's managing like great artists now.
Alright.
She's really doing well. And then Dumi as well. Dumi used to do, a mate of mine used to do PR at Universal, but she also broke and did her own thing. Managed by Dumi.
Oh, okay.
I'd like to see Kim Sineke.
Yes, the PR.
Sure, there's so many other great women, man, on the list, but
That's
start with those. Start with those.
Thank you for your time, Lebo.
Thank you.
I really appreciate you for taking the time.
Yeah.
I realize that most women in this space don't really tell their stories, which is, I feel like it's a disadvantage for us, young people coming in, because we don't know who to look to. We don't know like the space like that, you know. So with this guidance, with more guidance, thank you.
You're welcome.
Also, where would you say you're from?
Yo, guys,
That's a tough, right? I feel the same way because you were born East Rand.
I was born in Johannesburg, but we moved when I was really a little one. Broncos Braids is where my parents, but we schooled in Pretoria, and
So
because
where are
we
you
were
from?
borders.
So do you identify as a Pretorian?
Yes.
Okay. We have a
That's
Pretorian
where
house.
I grew up.
The
you
high
know.
school
But when I say I'm
varsity.
going home, Broncos Braids, and also my
Alright.
parents used to travel a lot, so we used to really frequent Johannesburg and Pretoria. It's like we always say Broncos Braids is like the B&B,
And then life is in the
but
city.
when I'm saying going home,
Bronx.
the Bronx.
I like that. Thanks again for your time, and thank you guys for watching. Where can people find you actually? Social.
On Instagram at Lebogang Kgothadi, on Twitter at Lebogang Kgothadi. Can I stand on Facebook? Ne? Facebook,
LinkedIn,
Lebogang Kgothadi. LinkedIn, Lebogang Kgothadi. I just go by Lebogang Kgothadi.
That's it.
Period.
That's it, guys. Thanks again for watching. We'll see you guys next time, and bye.
Bye.